A naturally born U.S. citizen living in Massachusetts, a woman that was born in Newton, Massachusetts, has lived in the United States her entire life. She has never at any point been a resident or citizen of any foreign country. So this naturally born U.S. citizen got an email last week from Kristi Noem's Department of Homeland Security. And the letter said, "It is time for you to leave the United States. Do not attempt to remain in the United States. The federal government will find you." And it told her, this naturally born citizen, that she had 7 days to self-deport, or they were going to come and get her, detain her, send her back. A woman who would only be sent back to where? Newton, Massachusetts? Now, what makes this story better is that this individual is not just some regular woman. She's not just some person working a regular 9-to-5. She happens to be an immigration lawyer. So she knew, okay, I have nothing to worry about. This is my area of expertise. I went to school for this. I practice this. Y'all want to come for me. It's not going to end well for you. But she also says that she firmly believes this letter was sent to her by mistake. I'm not so sure about that. I'll get more to that in a minute, but here's the thing. She did get the letter. It is an official letter from the Department of Homeland Security. They confirmed that is the letter they send out, but they said it was probably just a mistake. Probably one of her clients, listed her email address instead of their email address, or maybe they didn't have one. So that's probably why that happened, right? In order for that to be true, you have to assume that out of all her clients, only one of them would do that? That seems weird. That seems statistically not possible. If you're talking about people who are in the country illegally or at risk of deportation, you would think more of them would do that, right? So I don't buy their excuse. It doesn't add up to me. She would have received more letters. And of course, the letter wouldn't have been addressed to her, right? You got to think about that part too. The letter was addressed to her, not the client's name. So your excuse immediately falls apart, Department of Homeland Security. But here's the thing, and this is what this immigration lawyer posted on social media. She's not worried about herself. The problem is she got this letter by mistake. So if she can get this letter by mistake, how many other people are also getting it by mistake? And I put that in air quotes because I don't believe that people in this country are receiving that letter by mistake. It would not surprise me, it would shock me if it wasn't actually the case that Department of Homeland Security was sending these letters to people who are in this country legally, but maybe have a foreign-sounding name, maybe one too many umlauts in there. And they're like, you know what? Just send it to everybody. Because if these people do self-deport, hey, one less non-white person to deal with, right? That's what I think is going on. That is what this story screams to me. That the DHS, under Kristi Noem, is just sending out these letters to people with foreign-sounding names, hoping maybe they'll all just go. Maybe we can just scare them enough to make them leave on their own. The lawyer ended her big post on Blue Sky by telling people this. If you receive this letter, contact an immigration lawyer immediately. And yes, that is what you should do. If you are in this country, doesn't matter if you're here legally, doesn't matter if you have a green card. If you hear from the Department of Homeland Security, contact an immigration lawyer immediately. Protect yourself, because we have seen what happens. They will ship you down to that El Salvadoran prison and hope that nobody ever remembers your name. They've done it before. I promise you, they will do it again. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.